Hello, so today I wanted to make a video because I was wondering some days ago, should I have the gear I wanted in my life to wear as a superhero? If I wear, which one would I take and why? And I thought, which kind of superhero would I want to be? Should I choose? I thought about being an archangel, if I can choose, right? Okay. And what gear would I have? Well, the goal of archangels is some kind of half military in some way. It's also based on making people happy and going to paradise, because, well, if there's no one in paradise, there's no paradise to protect, right? Okay, so I thought about some gear, and I thought, which kind of gear would I want? But I've played mostly violent video games, so I thought about the following. Should I have gear on my arm? I would choose having a crossbow here, that shoots happiness bolts when I flip my arm, with bolts here, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, just like in the game Hood Outlaws and Legends, which just closed now, but anyway. Then I would have here crackers. I would here have a cracker ball, the balls that made sparkles. Then here 2 firecrackers. The kind of firecrackers that roll on the ground and make some circles and triangles, And then I would have some fireworks here, just like a wisp, the one turning and like that. And about here, what did I choose? How do you say that? A flickering firecracker, right? The one that flickers. And that's about it for here. Now here I would have a shuriken with 3 claws, which would go on the crossbow. Okay, then I would have here another shuriken, which emits bullets, tiny bullets when it turns, to put on the crossbow, just like it shoots, then it emits sparkles and bullets, sparkling bullets in some way. Then I would have here one that lays on the ground that you shoot, still with a crossbow, lands on the ground, and then it turns around and shoots around it bullets too. And the first one with the claws could bounce off walls. That's it for the arm, from the front of the arm. Now on the side of the arm, here, I would choose, I would choose to have marbles, a marble dispenser with 6 marbles here and 2 undecided marbles here, which can specialize should I choose some properties. The 6 marbles here would go on a slingshot that goes here. Take the bullet, put it inside the slingshot, and then it's like Cupid. You're nice. Okay. Then the bullets could be specialized in anything magic related or anything else, and it decides on what's on your mind. Okay. Then on the that was for the interior arm, and for the exterior arm, these are marbles too, but this one is simpler. There are 2 specialized, 2 unspecialized bullets here, and 6 normal bullets here. It just works like you press here, and the device opens and releases the bullets and throws them all together. just when you don't have time, the bullets roll on the ground and people are like, hey, okay, how's it going? Something like that. Okay. I'm doing it right, by the way. Okay. Then, on the underside of the arm, I will have another crossbow, just like in Deus Ex. The first Deus Ex game, which is a hidden crossbow that you usually use with long clothes, and it's hidden. You turn it, and then it opens like that, and you shoot our darts. And the darts of these bullets are stored inside the arm too. There would be two firecracker darts coming from Hand Showdown. It's a FPS game, very good game. Still alive and much more than alive, which has some special ammo, with some firecracker ammo to distract people from finding you or finding something, or to attract mobs or anything. And it's just like the same, fighting by evil or making people happy with firecrackers. Then the third one will be a gas shot with a toxic or happy or laughing gas, either laughing gas or toxic gas. Then the fourth one is an EMP bolt interacting with electronics, making the electronics less shitty, or maybe making it disabled if the people are doing shit with them. Then the fifth one would be a revive bolt, which comes from again Hand Showdown. It's a bolt, a special ammo, which was removed because it was too OP, which is when people are feeling very down. They are down low. You shoot it on them, and then where was I? Not really totally healthy, but going better. And then the sixth would be static cloud dish, just like in Divinity Original Sin. AoE bolt, which is a cloud of electrical EMPs, which interact with devices in an AoE, area of effect, in a zone. And that's it for that. And I think that's it for the arm. Some fireworks were located inside my arm. I forgot about it, but anyway, they were mostly the discs here on my arm. Then we can go out to the other arm. The other arm has a crossbow, which molds into your arm, and you take it. It opens up, and you unfold it. Oh yeah, I got it. You unfold it, then it becomes twice-fold larger. Then it flings up to release the cord, and then you can use the crossbow, which is on this side, and to shoot arrows, just like in Hand Showdown, with shotgun shot bolts, explosive bolts, which makes the situation explosive, like people armed by people being okay. Then shotgun bolts are just bolts with a shotgun slug on the top, which would make shotgun shot in point blank. Yeah, that's the word for it. In point blank. And then a few silver arrows, which fly and are for vampires and devils and weird things. Okay. Then we can move on to maybe the head. The head would be with doohickeys, just like in Neverwinter Game, which is a game quite old, going from 2013, with some kind of thingamabob doohickeys thingies that you build up in some kind of event. And I would have 5 on my head, which would move, and contrary to the other ones, which require moving my arm in a specific way and be easily recognizable, doing nice things to people. The doohickeys will interact with my brain and know exactly what to do by themselves. They will be floating around and okay, go there. And they're usually explosive. And then there's the master doohickey, which is on top of my head, which is the doohickey which says, let's play a game. These are my rules, okay? Imagine we're in this situation. You can do that, that, and that. All the rest is like you know. What do you do? And the doohickey sets up the setting, and you can play your life within the conditions of the game. This is some kind of special ability in some way. Then my feet. Below my feet would be a trap setter. Just like you walk, you lay a bear trap here with your foot and say, okay, now it's laid. On top of my, sorry for the pornography here. On top of my toes, there would be crackers. Crackers, and it goes in your hand. Then you would just have to twist the string, the string that fires up the cracker, and the fuse. Twist the fuse, and then the cracker would be lit. We're using no fire source, just you twist the fuse, and then the cracker goes lit, and then you throw it, and bang. Okay. On my left foot, there would be remote control crackers, just like crackers, but these ones you interact with a command to make it explode when you want. Then on the bottom of my foot, on my left foot, would be a zone for scribing, just like you set up a sheet of paper, then you write your spell, and you're like, okay, now I've made a room on the ground, and you make magic. Okay, but with a scroll being placed on the ground. Then we can move on to maybe the legs. Here will be a pistol, a 9mm pistol with regular ammo, then frag ammo, and then what you can add is maybe here would be a knife for knifing is life in some way. That's how people should live, maybe. Anyway, that's just a small part of the gear. Then you would have here would be something a bit special. It would be an adaptive module. I thought about something. Should I want to change something about my gear, I would like to have a module to place anything coming from my gear inside this module to make it something else. Okay, it's the Joker. Okay, that's the first Joker. Okay, so let's say I have a 9mm pistol. I put it inside the adaptive module, and then the module says, "What do you want? Maybe something else." An Uzi. Okay, here's an Uzi. Okay. Then the other side would be an automation module. The automation module is here to reproduce the ammo from the rest of the gear into putting one of these ammo here to make more of them. Just like a company in some way, a factory, that's right. Then we can combine both modules into, guess what, a railgun. Okay, with the ammo here, you could have 2mm EC ray gun ammo that you shoot like here, just like the Roche from Battlefield, for example, Battlefield series, where there's a Roche ray gun for those who know it. And then we can move on to here. There would be 4 shuriken, and 1 adaptative shuriken, which can do something else than just flying around. Then there will be 3 mini nades coming from Battlefield and from reality. 3 nades that you can throw, which make a tiny explosion, and 1 bouncing Betty here on the side. The grenade that you throw, it rolls, and it jumps, it explodes in mid-air. Okay? Then, what would I do? Sorry about that. Anyway, what would I do? There would be kunais here. Sorry for the placement. Kunais around my belt. With 2 kunais and 1 adaptative kunai, which you can imbue with something you want. Then you would have in my back, around the back of my shoulders here, would be a bow that extends and unfolds just like the crossbow from left arm. Should I pull it? You have some kind of bow, compound bow, with the arrows being located here, with a quiver that doesn't make the arrows fall when you rock around, with the quiver being horizontal, with some kind of springs or something like that. Then on chest, what would I have? Tiny insects. I would have beetles here. Here would be bees, like 20 beetles, 3 bees, and there. This one is hard to find. 4 small animals from insects from my country, which eat potatoes and jump when they are afraid. They just fling and jump from the ground, about 1 or 2 meters high, and they are tiny, about 1 centimeter, maybe less, and they are very funny. Then I would have 80 ants here, and here I would have a small garden, to grow plants, and here I would have water self-replenishing water flask. And here I could store a tiny alchemical flask here, like 4 or 5 of them. And then on the back here, on the side here, I would have self-replenishing food. It can be modified by I think I grow, but usually it would be sugar pumpkins, like in Don't Starve game, because that's the base food, right? And not partial, of course. And then I would have here on my back a killsad. It's the same as the killjoy from Valorant game, but it's just to kill sadness in people. Not to kill sad people, but to kill sadness. Maybe kill sadness would be better, and I say kill sad, but maybe it looks a bit more dangerous this way. Just a containment device that keeps the sadness inside of it once it's deployed, and there's a countdown of 20 seconds, and then I've eaten everything. And people are not so bad, in fact. And if the sadness comes from bad things, then just the device says, got you. And what did I forget? I think I may have forgotten a few things, but that's about it. Let me read my notes again. Should I have forgotten something? Wings. I would have wings. Sorry about that. 2 in the back, 2 in the upper back, 2 in the lower back, 2 on the knees and 2 on the feet. I would have a cloak a cloak to hide myself, or above my gear, to hide everything. And I would have I would have a cat here named Azrael, who would be my friend, and I would have 4 mice here who are my friends too, animals too, a cat and mice, who don't necessarily chase each other, but who can do it if they really want to. Then, forgot about that. On the point of my fingers, I would have strings that come out of my fingers, and rope coming from my palms. All right, from both hands. I forgot about that. Under my, I talk about here. I didn't talk about this part here. On this part here, I would have a shooter drone, an explosive package, adaptive package, and a layer drone. The layer drone could lay the explosive package. The shooter drone could take the bolts from my crossbows and shoot them himself. And on the side of this arm, I would have some small mines, tiny mines, kind of gadgety mines, a few centimeters like that. You can throw, and the layer can lay, and you can throw too. Okay. I think that's. Let me read again. Oh, these were insects. And that's it for now. And I think that will make a pretty solid video game character if anyone is interested. And it would be kind of a fun character. The angle of the character is that you can make fun things out of it to make people happy if they are happy, but it has also a downside of making it real weapons should the target be unable to be nice to people. Okay, and that's the angle I took for it, and I hope you liked it. See you.